Speaker, for a year we have said that the government should notify NATO that the timeline of February 2009 must be respected and that NATO should secure a replacement for our troops in Kandahar. It is only now that the government is seriously engaging NATO, and NATO seems surprised and unprepared by this sudden request from Canada. Does the Prime Minister not realize that Canada, NATO, Afghanistan would be in a much better position today if he had acted responsibly a year ago?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I can assure the Liberal leader that no one at NATO is surprised. They've been very engaged with questions of Afghanistan, as are we. Following on the Manley report, we are putting a question to Parliament that this House of Commons is going to have to decide. The question is a very simple one. Do you support the military mission in Afghanistan, or do you wish to see the troops withdrawn? We know that the NDP has a clear position. They want the troops withdrawn. We know the Manley panel and this government have a clear position. We support our troops. The time is coming for all parties to pronounce on that question.
Honorable chef de l'opposition.
Voilà le fond du problème, Monsieur le Président. Le gouvernement n'a pas pris au sérieux l'échéance de février 2009. Alors on ne pouvait pas s'attendre à ce que le temps prenne au sérieux cette échéance et s'y prépare. Le gouvernement va-t-il admettre qu'il répète la même erreur avec sa motion et qu'en annonçant une simple révision pour 2011 et non pas une échéance ferme, une simple révision pourvu qu'on ait 1000 troupes de plus, ce qu'il propose aux Canadiens, c'est rien de moins qu'une mission sans fin, une recette pour l'enlisement.
Honorable leader du gouvernement à la Chambre.
La motion est claire. Il parle d'une date de la fin de 2011. La question que tous les partis dans la Chambre doivent répondre est simple. Est-ce que vous supportez la mission militaire ou est-ce que vous croyez que les troupes doivent être retirées? La position de la MPD est claire. Ils veulent la retraite, le retirer les troupes. Nous appuyons les troupes. C'est nécessaire pour tous les partis de prononcer sur cette motion.
L'honorable chef de l'opposition.
Well, it's not the wording of the motion. It should be his own motion, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for 2 years, the Prime Minister and his ministers have used inflammatory language, accusing anybody who questioned the mission of being unpatriotic. But recently, the government has said this mission needs to change. Otherwise, it must be stopped. So, can the government tell us what has changed to change their mind? Because we certainly will not suggest their patriotism has changed.
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Say that again. Mr. Speaker, this government looked very seriously at the question of Afghanistan and asked the former Liberal Deputy Prime Minister, John Manley, and a bipartisan panel to engage on the issue, examine with experts the best way forward. I think the Deputy Leader of the Liberal Party set the right tone when he said this. This is the most important thing Canada has done in 50 years. We are anxious to work with the government to find a respectable, honourable compromise that serves the national interest. I believe the Manley panel has set out the parameters for exactly such a way forward, and we hope that all parties will look at that very seriously.